the House Republicans have opened up articles of impeachment, an impeachment inquiry, against Joe Biden. And I'm not going to get too deep into this because they authorized the inquiry. They didn't open up articles, They authorized the inquiry, so there's not a lot to go. And everyone's saying there's a lack of evidence, it's a witch hunt, it's a fishing expedition. Well, guess what? Remember, every episode kind of has a trend to it. This one is when you set a precedent, that's what happens. How many times did you guys do this to Trump? How many times did you guys try to impeach Trump so that you could go on a little fishing trip, trying to find information and just hope maybe, we start digging in. We give ourselves the green light to start digging into them. Maybe we'll find something. How many times did you guys start doing that? Well, I told you this was going to happen. I told you guys this was going to happen years ago before I was even doing this show on my old stuff. That as soon as the Republicans took the House and there was a Democratic president, they were going to impeach them. This is the new normal. If you are a sitting president, the second the other party takes the House, whether it's justified or not, and I don't know, it seems like there's a lot of stuff against Joe Biden here, but I'm not 100% sure. Once the other party takes the House, they're going to impeach you. That's just the custom. That's the precedent the Democrats set back in 2019. Here we are. 2020, 2019, all of them. Here we are. We're just going to impeach our political rivals to make them look bad and to grandstand and raise money and get little sound clips for our constituents so we can go back during election time and go viral and make all the shit happen. That's all this is. Democrats have absolutely no right to be upset here because they did it. And what they've opened Pandora's shitbox in a major way over the last 8 years, the way they've treated Trump. And I've been pretty critical of Trump from the right, more so than a lot of people have been. We have been on this show. Not recently, but we have been. They've opened Pandora's box up here, though. Because not only have they opened the door on this impeachment thing, wait till Biden leaves office. You've weaponized the Department of Justice against all your political rivals. Wait till Donald Trump, the guy you've been painting as this big bad dictator, wait till he takes office. Wait till he takes office and raids Joe Biden's house with FBI SWAT teams to investigate his connection to the Hunter Biden deal. Wait till that happens. You're going to be screaming, he's a fascist, because you idiots don't learn. I remember in 2016 when Trump got elected and people were in literal tears, crying, grown adults crying over a president. And I remember thinking to myself, the president was never supposed to have this kind of power. That was never the intention in this country. If who the president is can bring a grown adult to tears, that means the president has too much power in this country. And what did Democrats do? Did they learn their lesson after 2020 when Joe Biden took office? Of course they didn't. No. They continued exactly what they did for 8 years under Obama and 8 years under Clinton. And the Republicans did for 8 years under Bush, too. But they expanded the power of the presidency because they cannot comprehend that power changes hands. They expanded the power of the presidency. It's no longer a myth. You guys hate Donald Trump. You think he's this big, bad, fascist, racist dictator. Now you know that somebody like that can seize power. And there's a very good chance he can seize power again in less than a year. Yet what have you done? Expanded the power of the presidency more and more and more. So now when Donald Trump takes office again in 2025, which he's going to because Joe Biden's been a disaster, unless they rig it again. When Donald Trump takes office in 2025, he's going to come in with more powers than he's ever had before. And you really set the crazy theories about him being a fascist dictator aside. That man is the most petty straight man I've ever seen in my entire life. Do you think Donald Trump, of all people, is going to let bygones be bygones? He is going to make Joe Biden's life a living hell to this. The stress from this might kill Biden from the investigations. I'm not saying that's a good thing or that he should. I'm like I said, I'm looking at the reality of what's going on here. He is going to use the Department of Justice and the intelligence agencies to terrorize that man and make his life a living hell until his dying day. He's going to schedule 17 congressional testimonies in a single day for Joe Biden. It's going to be a nightmare for Joe Biden. And you know what? You'll have nobody to blame but yourselves, because just like when Trump took office the first time, you guys did nothing but expand the powers of the presidency for 8 years under Obama without thinking that power could ever shift hands, and then it did in a major way. And you got exactly what you deserved. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.